Working in M&A, investment banking and private equity, do you have what it takes? Hi everyone, my name is Johannes. I'm an expert and career coach for careers in consulting, finance and management. And we have helped more than 100 clients already to take the next step in their career in consulting, finance and management at some of the world's best and top firms. Today I want to talk about what it really takes to succeed in these highly prestigious and demanded jobs like working in M&A, investment banking and private equity, because we have calls with people who want to join or want to progress in this industry on a daily basis, and very often we receive the question, hey, what do I need to have in order to make it far in this industry? And many people, especially at the beginning of their career, they are rather focused on the question, hey, how do I get in to these, very lucrative jobs in M&A, investment banking, private equity? But once you make the move, you will realize that, of course, it's one thing, to make it into the industry, but it's a completely different thing to be successful in this industry. And today I want to talk about, based on our experiences, with many clients that we worked with who are working at some of the top firms in M&A, private equity and investment banking. I want to share some of these experiences and what we think are requirements or necessary skills or things that you need to work on in order to be successful in these industries. So I want to talk about three things. The first one is that you need to have a very clear career strategy and a good career management. That's really important because many people have the perception that they just join an industry or they join a firm and then, they just have to be good enough and then somehow they move up the ranks and will get promoted very fast. But this is not the truth. First of all, you need to have a very clear career strategy. So this means that you exactly need to know, hey, what are the next steps? Why am I joining this industry? What is my long-term perspective? Because otherwise you won't be motivated enough and maybe you do the wrong steps while working, if you don't think about a career strategy. Also, the career management is really crucial. So this means that you exactly identify what the promotion process looks like, what the criteria are, who important stakeholders are, because you need to actively manage and promote your own career. Otherwise, you probably won't make progress. So this is point number one, make sure that you have a clear career strategy and good career management. The second point is that you work on the required skills. You see, once you know where you want to go with your career strategy, once you know how to manage it, how to move up the ranks, you need to understand what kind of skills do I really need to have in order to get to the next level. Because every position, every job that you have is at the end just a description of tasks that you have to do, just a description of skills that you need to have in order to fulfill these tasks. And that's really important to understand. So in order to get to the next level, you need to have the mindset to really understand, hey, what are the required skills, and that you then systematically develop these skills. And let's talk about a few skills that are really, really important if you work in M&A, investment banking or private equity. And first of all, especially at the beginner, at the entry positions, we have the technical skills. And this mainly means that you are really, really, really sufficient, that you are a pro working with Excel and PowerPoint. And with that, I mean, that you not just know how to open it and how to create some boxes or to work on the simple formulas. It means that you're mainly able to work only with shortcuts, that you're pretty fast in the execution, that in terms of Excel, the most important functions, that you're pretty quick, that you also know how to combine these functions. On PowerPoint, this also means that you know how to structure slides in a top-down way so that it's suitable for the management or in the pitch book or whatsoever. After that comes typically the hard skills, and in the finance industry, this is mainly financial modeling. And here we really need, really talk about like sophisticated financial modeling skills, being able to work on a DCF model, to work on an LBO model, to work with multiples, to model financial statements. I mean, this is the foundation. And then on top of that comes typically that you work on like industry specific models as well, because you see, it's completely different if you work, I don't know, on a model, for example, for a software company rather compared to a very asset-heavy industry. You have different dynamics, and also need to consider that in your financial modelings and your financial models. And that's why it's so important not only to learn the basics, but also to learn all of the advanced financial modeling stuff as well. Third, we have also the soft skills, and this means that you learn how to communicate in a top management environment and also how to organize yourself. You see, your clients, if you work in these industries, they are typically the top management or really senior executives in companies, and they are used to a certain communication style. They don't have a lot of time, so you need to learn how to communicate with them in a top-down way. This is typically also what you learn in consulting, what is very important there, but it's also important in the financial industry. And of course, organization, so that you learn to organize yourself, that you really become productive, as efficient as possible, especially if you have long working hours and it's really difficult to keep up all of the motivation, all of the energy, and there are techniques and strategies that you need to learn. And last but not least, we also need to talk about the mindset and the work-life balance if we talk about skills. And this means that you learn strategies and techniques in order to, have a happy life despite the long working hours. And let me tell you, it is possible. So most people who say, hey, if you work like 80, 90, 100 hours per week, you cannot have a happy private life. I think those people are definitely wrong. They just don't know how to create value, in their free hours that they have available. Of course, it's more difficult, so don't get me wrong, but that's exactly why you need to learn these strategies. And it's definitely possible to work in these industries and still have a good work-life management and to somehow balance it out. And these are the three things that we need to, or that you need to consider if you want to work in these industries. So first, you need to have a very clear career strategy and career management. Second, you need to learn the necessary skills that are required in these jobs. And third, you need to develop a very strong mindset and a very strong work-life balance, which means that you learn the strategies and techniques to have a good work-life balance. So these are the things that you need to consider, at least in the first few years that you will have in the industry. Later on, if you want to become go into a leadership position, maybe as a VP or something like that, then of course there come other skills as well, like leadership, negotiation skills, business development, of course, positioning expertise, and so on. But this is probably a topic for another video. With that being said, if you are interested in a career in M&A, in investment banking, in private equity, and if you maybe do an internship, or if you are joining as an analyst or in some other full-time position, and if you want to prepare yourself in the best possible way for your career to get up the career ranks, to learn necessary skills to really thrive in your job, then please feel free to reach out to us. You can learn about us under careerbootcamp.org and apply for a free consultation, the career assessment. And with that being said, I hope you have a wonderful day, a successful day. Talk to you soon. Goodbye, Johannes.